As I got another rhyme, another rhythm for y'all to listen. I'm never quitting on my mission, I'ma roll with what I'm giving. Got some ambition, this new edition, filling positions. Looking at the void in myself and feeling what's missing. Better watch the way you going, better go in the right direction. In the moment you stressing, but you gon' be counting blessings. And I know that for certain. Keep on working, open curtains, haters swerving, cause they ain't ready for your final version. I'm never gonna give up.
You're listening to the Tom Ficklin Show on WNHH LP 103.5 FM, your home for community radio.
Good morning, good morning, good morning. Thank you all who are here and joining us with Keith Smith Jr. on the Tom Ficklin Show. I want to thank Tom for giving me the opportunity to guest host here, get some needed voices heard it out into community. And one that we have here today is Mr. Keith Smith Jr. with Path to Purpose. And Mr. Smith, if you would like to just introduce yourself and tell us who you are and where you're from, and then we'll get into discussing a little bit about Path to Purpose.
All right, thanks for having me. My name is Keith Smith Jr. I'm the founder and lead coach at Path to Purpose P2P. It's a tech transformational coaching practice for those individuals, both youth and returning citizens, that are looking to transition their life and find their purpose.
Oh, that's what. So, Mr. Smith, how did you come about this ideal for Path to Purpose, and how does it relate to your own personal journey?
Well, I also am from the urban areas of my city, Waterbury, Connecticut, and when I thought about making this program, it was basically leaning on my community support system throughout my own travels in life. Came from urban area backgrounds, got myself off track early on in my life, led me to prison, and just going through the different levels of change for myself, I realized my voice is needed in this community to help others when they realize that they want to change. What does it actually look like for that process? So that's really where it started with Path to Purpose.
So, if somebody is going to sign up for Path to Purpose, what does that process look like? How are you working with individuals? You working with schools? You working with organizations? What does that look like with your interaction and engagement? How do people connect with Path to Purpose, and what does enrolling and going through and graduating or completing Path to Purpose programming look like?
Well, we feel like we have services that are applicable to the youth before they even get into the justice system, but we realize that it's a possibility that we may find these individuals after. And I wanted to be able to speak to both genres of people. So we have a website that kind of speaks to the different things that we unwrap or we tap into when we go through the program. Some of those things are, we build trust, we find strength and vulnerability, we set goals and intentions, financial things that need to be understood when you are going into your adulthood and in your adulthood years. We help people move from fixed mindset to growth mindset, build resilience and emotional intelligence. And the website allows you to be able to sign up or put your interest in for me to be able to contact you, or one of my advisory team to contact you to see where it is. Because we're a for-profit company that services nonprofit, government, and state agencies. So I go to school, we work with schools, we work with community centers, we work with justice involved youth and those that are returning citizens. So by the website, there is a place that you can leave your name and email, and then we'll be able to contact you that way and kind of get that conversation going. But we usually contract with other entities that have access to these individuals. We're basically serving them at the capacity of whatever they need.
And what things do you have going on currently out in the community? I believe I saw you guys do a networking event in New Haven a little while ago. What other events, and how was that event? How did that go? How successful was that?
Oh, that was amazing. That was amazing. I try to get out to those as much as possible. I'm aligned with Emerge Connecticut. I'm aligned with CRI as of recently, doing soft skills training for them in the prisons also. That's just me just trying to get my hat in the ring to try to help these people. Path to Purpose is definitely trying to get We're in talks with CPA also to work with them. What else we got going on? And there's also a school inside a couple of schools in Hartford, from Capital Prep to MLK, trying to get programs into those facilities. Also, I've also done what's that? What's that is missing me right now? It's Hartford, another Hartford school. Just kind of missed my mind right now, the name of it. But they were very supportive of what we do, and we're trying to get in Waterbury, right here where I'm from. So, aligned with a lot of things. As you know, Hang Time is another community-based program that build a reentry, and I'm involved with that also because there's so many different ways and so many people that need help in this regard. In fact, the purpose is definitely just trying to do their part. A lot of different entities offer, a lot of great resources as far as housing, job development, job training, skills, healthcare. But a lot of times we feel like the mental and emotional being of the individual is not being met. That is our sweet spot. That is where Path to Purpose really is trying to pick up the slack. We feel like all these different resources can be given to an individual, but they don't have, right, their mental and emotional stability. It can still lead them to failure in some way, shape, or form because they just don't have the capacity to be able to be successful. These
A lot of
resources.
that undealt with trauma.
That's right. Urban trauma is very real.
Well, I want to thank you for joining us in this brief time to tell people about your program and Path to Purpose. Is there any lasting thing you would like to leave with us?
Don't give up on yourself. It's never too late to start your journey of change. There's no better opportune time than today. I left my website inside of the chat, pathtopurpose.io. That's pathtopurpose.io. If you want to go to the website, you can scroll to the bottom. You can leave me a message there. And like I said, me or one of my advisory team will reach out to you and see if whichever way we can help you. We're on Instagram at Path to Purpose __. We have a YouTube channel that we put motivational different quotes up and have conversations.
I knew about the IG page with the motivational stuff. I seen you putting up that. I didn't know about the YouTube.
I'm on
so
YouTube
if you want to
also.
put those links up there, that's great. Unless they can
YouTube
the links
too.
from your website.
Okay, definitely. Yes, YouTube you can reach from the website, the IG. I'll put it in there right now.
Great.
Thank you so much for having me up here. I appreciate it.
Absolutely. I'm sure we'll be talking again soon.
There you go.
All right, great.
Right. So I don't know if I have another meeting that's starting in a little bit.
That's fine.
I just wanted to be able to come through and support, the movement here and let everybody know what's going on over here in our neck of the woods.
Definitely. I want to make sure you get a chance to talk on this platform and any other platform I get access to. I'll make sure to reach out to you, man. I want your message. It's a positive message. I want to get it out there.
I appreciate that. Thank you so much.
Absolutely, man. You be easy. God bless.
Right, you
safe.
too. Same here.
All right, that was Mr. Smith Jr. And I want to thank him for his entertaining and inspirational messages that he gives out to the community, as well as transformative to help people, youth, and those that have been formerly incarcerated. Up next, we have Mr. Kirk Wesley.
Good morning. Thank you for
having me. Good morning, sir. How are you? Thank you for joining us.
I'm excellent, brother. I'm excellent. How are you?
Man, 10 toes down. I'm sitting here talking to my brother, looking at that beautiful smile, positive. I got it going on, man. I can't.
That's what's up.
I can't complain, man. I can't beat this.
That's what's up. Well, I appreciate the invitation, man. Thank you.
Absolutely. So Kirk, just starting out, who are you and what brings you to us today, man?
So my name's Kirk Wesley. I am first of all, I'm a husband, I'm a father, I'm a man of God, those are my identifiers off the rip, but I'm also an organizer. an entrepreneur and someone that is deeply invested and intimately connected with the criminal legal reform space. I
I love
currently,
that you say, sorry, 'cause I love that you say criminal legal, not criminal justice.
yeah, I've tried to change my language around that for the past year because I feel like sometimes the language we use recriminalizes people, so I think that also justice in this system is not always justice. So
It's
it's
definitely
not
blind, though. I'll give you that.
for sure,
In some cases, sometimes it's not so blind. They get who they want to get. Let go who
absolutely.
they want to let go.
For sure. So yeah, I mean, and I'm an entrepreneur, and I currently consult with a group called Connect, Congregations Organized for a New Connecticut. Connect is an interfaith organization that works with people in Fairfield and New Haven County congregations to be able to move the needle forward on social justice issues and make an impact in our state. Most notably, we've been working on the Clean Slate Law, which was passed in 2021, I believe, and is looking to be implemented this year. There's been a snag with the implementation process, so we're going to be organizing to make sure that the implementation is done properly and correctly. But in a nutshell, that's kind of me and the work that I'm engaged in.
Okay. I know you do a lot of great work through your church as well. You also have an upcoming program with different sponsors coming up. City of Bridgeport, Myra, and the small minority business department will also be helping out. I also know that there was outreach to the Bridgeport Public Library for this as well. So if you want to enlighten us on that.
Yeah, so I'm super excited. If you give me 1 second,
Sure.
I'll grab the book. Sorry, I'm sorry I'm not prepared for that. Give me 1 second.
No. Take your time, man. While waiting for Kurt.
Yeah, no, I'm here. I'm sorry. Okay. I'm here. Yeah, so I'm really excited about this event. Super excited to get the support of you from the Myra office and the City of Bridgeport. So a few months back, I had a daughter, right?
Congratulations, brother.
Thank you so much. She would have been on this call, but her mom came and took her, but she always be on calls with me. So a few months ago, I had a daughter. I already have a 7-year-old son, but it's different when you have a daughter, right? So I was looking at fatherhood differently. And one day my wife came home with this book, My 7 Black Fathers, this book right here, actually. Can we see this? Yep, My 7 Black Fathers, written by Will Jawandu. I don't know. Yeah, there it is.
You got your background blurred out. So
Okay.
My 7 Black. Yep, you can see it there. Yep.
Let me see if I can change my background. Okay, there it is.
Yep.
My 7 Black Fathers, written by Will Jawandu. This is an amazing book about Black fatherhood and mentorship. And as I started reading it, I was like, wow, like this is so well written, so well put together. I would love to meet this guy and talk with him. And as I started kind of reading more and realizing he was from Maryland, I started saying like, oh, I know some people in Maryland based off of some political work I did before. I reached out to one contact I had in Maryland, and he put me in direct contact with Will. And after having a couple conversations with him, Will has agreed to come to Bridgeport for Black History Month to have a robust discussion around Black fatherhood. I think that there are so many stigmas that are attached to Black men when it comes to fatherhood, and there are so many challenges that we face. So we want to have a conversation titled, kind of titled Black Dads Matter, and really pinning down on the importance of Black fatherhood and mentorship of Black boys in our communities, and really take a deep dive into Will's story about his 7 Black fathers, which include Barack Obama, who he worked for in his administration, and how Will was able to reconnect with his birth father and build a strong relationship with him. So as a father, you know, I'm just like really tapped into being a dad, you know what I'm saying? And I think that this is a great opportunity to bring men together in the community together, to have this conversation. And again, shout out to you for being and Myra for being a sponsor. The Alliance for Community Empowerment is a sponsor. GBAP in Bridgeport is a sponsor. The Bridgeport Public Education Fund is a sponsor as well. And a couple more sponsors are lined up that haven't been confirmed yet. So we're really, really excited about this event and looking forward to it.
That's amazing, man. You do a lot of great work. I know you said you're an entrepreneur, you have your own business. You also employ individuals from the reentry community.
For sure.
And correct me if I'm wrong, you do business throughout Connecticut, but you do have some work being done here in the city of Bridgeport as well, correct?
Yeah, sure, absolutely. So one of my entrepreneurial endeavors is I have a landscaping company. And, you know, the reason why I'm really adamant about hiring people from the reentry community, because I was just as impacted for a long period of time. I finally got my pardon in 2018, but before that, like I could not get a job. Like I could not get a job. I went to Housatonic, the local community college, got my associate's degree, felt like I was going to do something with that, still could not get a job. And then one day I had a mentor who said, you know, I have a landscaping company, man, you can probably come and work for me. And then he started talking to me about the business of landscaping and how well it does. And I had never thought about cutting grass, you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
And then when I went and worked for him and I realized like, wow, this is a lucrative business, but it has kind of low startup cost, you know what I mean? And I just started and then from there, I started my own landscaping company the next summer. And, you know, my company has grown tremendously. I'm thankful for the growth of it. And now I'm able to really hire people, but not just hire people, but teach people how to be entrepreneurs, teach people how to start their own landscaping company. You don't have to work for me. You can go get a truck and a mower and a weed whacker and go get your own clients, you know? So it's a very rewarding business for me, because I feel like I'm not just only giving people jobs, I'm giving them an opportunity to learn, to grow, and to do their own thing. And a couple people have successfully launched off on their own. I'm super proud of that.
Oh, that's great. You mentioned getting a pardon in 2018. Did you get assistance with your pardon, or did you do that on your own? Because I know the process has changed now. As of 2020, during the midst of the pandemic, they moved everything online. Yeah. And we're looking here at Myra at trying to work with individuals and help them and assist them with getting their pardons as well. So yeah. How was that process for you, and how does that relate to your work on the clean slate legislation?
Yeah, great question. So I did it on my own because I couldn't afford a lawyer, right? You know, and it was hard. It was a long, daunting process. And honestly, like, I'm gonna keep it real with you. Like, shout out to Representative Chris Rosario from Bridgeport, because I reached out to him after my application had got rejected for the second time. Wow. And he connected with me with, you know, the Undersecretary of Criminal Justice at the time, Mike Lawler. Mike Lawler came down to Bridgeport and met with me and Chris at the Starbucks in Steel Point, and he offered me a lot of help and insight to get my pardon done. And after meeting with him and staying connected with him, I was able to get the pardon done the right way, and then successfully got it completed in 2018. So I did it on my own, and since then I've launched an initiative called Pardon Me, where I've been helping individuals complete the process themselves, those who maybe can't afford lawyers and things like that. And yeah, they switched it online during the middle of the pandemic. And it really is hard for some people who don't have like, Wi-Fi capability or access to a computer or even know how, or computer literate to know even how to navigate a computer. So I've been really helping folks just try to navigate the whole application process, but also the tech piece of it. So, again, that's another thing that I'm engaged with, but that's more on the community level.
So on a couple of fronts, in trying to start doing pardon workshops here through Myra, we do have access to some computers with one of our partners. So if you have people that need access, let me know. And then also we've been partnering with the Bridgeport Public Library System. They have digital literacy classes to help people walk people through stuff like that, and it's all free.
Oh wow, I didn't know that. We got to have an offline conversation, bro.
Yeah, we do. We're overdue. Okay. Well, Kurt, I can't thank you enough for the work that you do in the community. I don't know how you do it, especially with the family and everything, but you do a tremendous amount of work, whether it's organizing, legislative policy and advocacy, downright personal help, like you said, helping people understand that they can start their own business. They don't have to work for anybody. But kudos to you, man. I want to make sure you get your flowers while you're here, man.
Man, I appreciate that, my brother. Thank you. And kudos to you too, man. I've said this to you in private, but I want to say to you in public, man. I know you do a lot of different great work through Myra and just the reentry space. And I know you face some challenges. So I give you a lot of credit, brother, for the work that you do, your consistency and your persistence. You know what I mean? And you're a great advocate and voice out here. And stay encouraged, man, because you're doing phenomenal work and you're also, engaging people like us on the grassroots level and bringing our work to the light. So, shout out to you, Earl. I appreciate you and I appreciate everything that you do.
Thank you, man. That goes a long way. I can't tell you, man. Literally, honestly.
Keep up the good work, man. I appreciate you and, we'll talk soon. Okay, brother?
Yes, sir. God bless. Be safe, bro.
Bless. Thank you, man. Peace.
Okay. We're a little bit early, but I'll take it. We have actually, before I say it, I just want to thank Kurt and the guests that we've had already. Also want to thank Tom Ficklin for allowing this space to be had and these people to have a voice in the platform again, and a great facilitator here and engineer, Harry Dross. Up next, we have Matt Connell from the University of Bridgeport and Goodwin University to discuss the ENUT program and things that they're doing in the city of Bridgeport through University of Bridgeport in the reentry community. Matt, you there with us?
I'm here.
All right, we can hear you. There you go.
Nice,
if you just want to introduce yourself and just give a little short bio, where you're from, what you're doing, and how you got here, and then we can get into talking about the reentry entrepreneurial program.
Awesome. Thanks. Pleasure to be here. My name's Dr. Matt Connell, or Matt. I'm the undergraduate program director for business at the University of Bridgeport. I was at Goodwin University up in East Hartford as the undergraduate business director there for 5 years prior to coming down to Bridgeport. So
awesome. Well, welcome to the city of Bridgeport, and we're happy to have you. I know you're doing some good work. I was pleased to attend one of the graduation ceremony, and just tell us about the program and how it's proceeding.
Yeah, so thanks so much, Earl. So the ENET program, which stands for the Entrepreneurial Network, is an 18-credit college program that helps individuals that have been or currently are justice involved learn the skills they need to start, run, grow, and manage their own business. So we get into marketing, management, accounting, personal finance, business law, and then we wrap it all up with the students creating their business plan and presenting their business pitch to a live audience of people. And so that is kind of the program in an overview.
Okay. And how many students in the first cohort, or how many students generally will you have in a semester? Or is the class a semester long? I don't even know.
Yeah, so good questions, Earl. So the program is 2 semesters long, so it's nine credits each semester. We are in our 6th cohort right now altogether. So at Bridgeport, we're into our 2nd cohort. First cohort just finished, as Earl was mentioning. He got to come and watch their presentations. The 2nd cohort is halfway through their program. We just started this morning another cohort of 15 individuals up at Tobolski Correctional Facility up in Enfield. And then we've done cohorts that are on Goodwin's campus, UB's campus, and cohorts that commingle individuals in facility with individuals on campus.
Okay. And so once individual goes through this programming, what can they expect to occur, or who are they, as you said, entrepreneur network, who are they networked with, who are they connected to, how does that work?
Yeah, it's a great question. So our goal is to connect entrepreneurs, not just to each other, so that they can support each other while they're starting and growing their businesses. As we all know, if anybody that's tried to start a business or is a business owner, it can be lonely out there as an entrepreneur. And so it's always good to have other entrepreneurs to talk to and feed off of, and talk about the struggles that come up when you own and are trying to run your own business. But we also try to connect the entrepreneurs to professionals in, accounting, business law, excuse me, individuals that can help assist them with other aspects of their business, contract writing, negotiations, intellectual property, and stuff like that.
Okay.
So it's a formal and informal network kind of all at once.
Okay. So with that being said, how has the city of Bridgeport been helpful or conducive environment for you guys to get this program up and running and successful?
Yeah, so I mean, we wouldn't be running the program right now without the city of Bridgeport's involvement. We were very fortunate, largely because of you, Earl. But we were very, very fortunate to receive funds from the federal government through the city of Bridgeport to run 3 cohorts of the program. And the city in general has been extremely receptive. We've partnered with a bunch of nonprofits that both help our students with the resources as well as to find students. So Workplace Success Group, or the Workplace is a partner of ours. Home of the Braves is a partner of ours. A number of other nonprofits in the community, and we're always looking to extend our network.
Yeah, no doubt. Definitely look forward to doing more work with you and with the leadership and guidance of Mayor Ganem. I think the future looks bright. We want to get some of those numbers for the success rate that you have with your folks. We also want to make sure we get those folks that have graduated successfully through the program some assistance through the small and minority business department as well. And then just other issues that they may encounter being from the Reentry community. The Mayor's Initiative for Reentry Affairs would definitely like to help out as much as we can. I know I've been talking to several of the folks that were at the graduation class, and a couple of people that were in the new cohort that I've been talking to. So I think it's definitely a great program and a great partnership.
Thanks so much. Appreciate that, Earl.
So question. So with the funding that you guys receive, what would we be looking at to really structure this? So, I mean, I would like to say in perpetuity, but nothing is forever, nothing is perfect. But how would that look, you think?
Yeah, I mean, so it's always a good question, right? So up at Goodwin, we just started a cohort, like I said, at Tobolski, and that actually right now, that is coming from institutional funding, which is fantastic, like from the school itself. But as far as how to keep this program going, we're always looking for funders. We're always looking for grants or right? In my ideal world, we get like a LeBron or a Shaq or somebody to step up and endow the program so it can live in perpetuity.
That's a thought.
So if you
Yeah,
know
some
anybody,
outreach.
Earl, right? If you know anybody that's got that reach, man, let me know.
I can't make any promises, man. I'll see what I can do.
All right. I mean,
No,
so you asked about success rate, right? Like in the cohort that just graduated, we only had one student not make it through.
Okay.
Out of the cohorts so far that we've run, like our grad rate is extremely high. We have right now we've got about 20 businesses that have been started.
Mhm.
Students going on to further their education. So recidivism rates are very low for people coming out of the program. So again, anybody that's interested in having a conversation about how to make this program bigger and more sustainable, I'm always happy to sit down with.
No, that's great. And I know that you and I are going to have some meetings offline to discuss, how the city can better partner with that, taking a look at the numbers so we can make some justifications for budgets. And I know because the initial funding for this came out from the ARPA funding, the American Rescue Act funding. And so I know that covers what was allocated was $750,000 over 3 years. So we want to make sure, as everybody does, we want to make sure the money's going to a good reason and that it's being used properly and yada, yada, yada. But I know I've seen it with my own eyes, these people that are doing the work, going to the class and following up and doing what you're asking them to do. And I see them all being successful. So it's a great start. I look forward to doing more work like that with you.
Yeah, that's awesome, Earl. Thank you. And I mean, we've been talking, I've gotten three different, two calls and a text from 3 different people from the program. One from the very first cohort. He's running an amazing nonprofit, helping in other people that come home up in the Hartford area. And 2 from the cohort that you just saw present as well. So yeah, so always in contact with people.
No, that's amazing. You guys are doing great work. Like I said, we'll be connecting offline to see how we can push this further, expand it.
Well, I appreciate the opportunity to talk about the program, Earl. Thanks so much.
Absolutely, Doctor. You take it easy.
You too. Talk to you soon.
Thanks for joining us. Yep.
All right. Bye.
So, we've had several different looks at people doing work in the community and reentry on the front lines, from Mr. Keith Smith to Kirk Wesley to Dr. Connell right there. I'm gonna try to see if we can get our last guest on because I know they have a very important message as well. Just give me 1 second here, Barry.
This is Harry Droz, and you're listening to WNHHLP 103.5 FM, New Haven.
Yo, it's the G-O-D-B-O-D-Y. Yeah. Rock your body. Illegal business controls America. Business controls America. I never ran from the Ku Klux Klan, and I shouldn't have to run from a black man. Industry rule number 4080. Record companies are shady. Yeah, I know y'all been waiting now. Y'all been patient. Let's go. I be the MC version of Huey P, the all-seeing through my 2020 brown Bruce Lee's, Malcolm X / Muhammad Ali, karate chop the rider's block with the Hasi Selassie karate. Your photo shoots with the same old stare. You're sitting there in the wicker chair, holding the heat. You're in despair with my coalition comrades in the rear. Pat downs, peasy, we here with their fists in the air. What I say? These rappers wanna blast me away, but I'll be back with no delay, like Jesus Christ on Easter Sunday. in their rings, they wanna murder God body. Sacrifice the life of the Christ on Good Friday. Resurrect and return the wreck. Snap a nigga neck for some live effects. Approach the podium, give a mic check, adjust the specs, bless the chest with a bulletproof vest before I catch wreck. Spitting and spazzing yo in the side of assassins and rapping before biggest bullets be blasting yo at my black ass. And here to free the hood from the mental enslavement. It's concrete, all I see is blood stained white sheets. Say they somebody dying is bringing heat like the iron. And you ain't gotta have beef, still clapping, friggin' fine. All I hear is sirens. Pray I ain't
bury me. Living life stress-free, full of integrity. A lot of people full of drama. I'm on the highway floating, sober, reflecting on life, striving to master self. And all my negative vices, advice from Andrew, the alcoholic was priceless. Don't tell him your moves before you make them, remain silent. Another vet read me like the Bible. He said I wear the mask, but the mask don't cover what I did. Said he could see the pain under my eyelids. And straight to my soul.
Darkness away from your heart. Slowly enters in and then it claws you apart. Spark your flame until your fire explodes. You won't be scared if you're led by the light and hope. Don't let the weight of this world like you've never been hurt, and peace will find you. Yes, peace will find you. Love like you've never been afraid. Oh, and this love will call your name. Hope for a light beyond the grave. Oh, pray for peace.
This is Harry Droz, and you're listening to WNHHLP 103.5 FM New Haven.
All right, you could go, Earl.
All right. Hey, I'm gonna start with sharing this video. I did get in contact with our guest. They're having some issues. Hopefully they can join us, but I'm gonna give a quick snippet of a couple of trailers to their new documentary on the front lines out of Hartford.
And the stigma against opioid use drives people into the shadows. It causes them to shoot up behind dumpsters and behind locked bedroom doors. And when we find them, often it's too late.
We responded to over 300 active scenes last year. My team. We need to saturate the community and provide the information to reduce the stigma so people are not scared to respond to overdoses.
I've seen her like OD like 8 different times, but we keep Narcan on us.
So that is a trailer for episode 2 of The Front Lines, and basically they discussed that the first 2 waves of the opioid epidemic, prescription pills and heroin respectively, rocked the nation to its core, resulting in tens of thousands of deaths and many, many more lives forlorn. Yet with the third wave, the rise of synthetics, specifically fentanyl, the threat of death and decay have grown 100-fold. Harm reduction, a philosophy and effective set of methods employed to reduce the harms of drug use, is controversially seen as enabling by many. The prevalence of use, trade, and death toll that fentanyl has taken on in the community pushes Mark Jenkins to consider new tactics in the fight to save lives. 100 times stronger than heroin, fentanyl has posed an increasingly dangerous challenge for Mark and CTHRA over the last 7 years, never so much through as the times during and after the 2020 shutdown. So that was one of the topics that was discussed with the front lines. On episode 1, I'm gonna play the trailer for episode 1. And then I believe they have an upcoming episode 3 as well.
The most violent aspect of Hartford is the violence of poverty, the violence of structural racism.
Continue to live in a war zone that we can stop from being a war zone.
This young man's life for granted. It could have been you. The devil don't have nothing good for you. Believe me.
And episode 3, which I don't believe is up yet. I'm just gonna play that real quick, and then if we don't get them up today, on another time,
Earl, you have about 1 minute left.
Okay, we'll get these folks up again, hopefully.
And you a fool for this one.
We put up walls and we learn how to deal with each other in between those walls, and that become a norm. Like, my life over, yo. And I'm trying to walk out of the courtroom, and my mom said softly that, yo, your life ain't over. And I never forgot that.
So those were the trailers to the programming for the front lines. Unfortunately, we didn't get to have the gentleman behind the two gentlemen behind that documentary series, but we will have another opportunity, I'm sure. I look forward to having them up here. All right. Thanks again to Tom Ficklin and Harry Joss, and everybody have a blessed day.
As I got another rhyme, another rhythm for y'all to listen. I'm never quitting on my mission, I'ma roll with what I'm giving. Got some ambition, this new edition, filling positions. Looking at the void in myself and feeling what's missing. Better watch the way you going, better go in the right direction. In the moment you stressing, but you gon' be counting blessings. And I know that for certain, keep on working, open curtains. Haters swerving, cause they ain't ready for your final version. Whoa. I'm never gon' give up, fall down, I just gotta get up, yeah.